auditors at openthebooks.com just received the Austin Police Department payroll figures from fiscal year 2022.
CEO and founder of openthebooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski, joins us now. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Allison.
So let's get into it. What did you find about the 911 operator positions?
So the headcounts over the course of the last 2 years of the 911 operator position have fallen sharply. So 2 years ago in fiscal year 2021, there was 87 911 operators as disclosed by the city of Austin on their payroll figures. And that fell last year at the end of the year snapshot to 73 operators. But that doesn't tell the full story. They code them in terms of status. In terms of active status of 911 operators, there was only 56 of them at the end of 2022. Now, 911 operators on average, according to the payroll, they make $50,000 a year on salary, and they make $8,000 a year additional in terms of overtime income. So that's about $60,000 of cash compensation. You tack on 30% for the cost of benefits, and each 911 operator costs taxpayers about $40 an hour. That's $80,000 a year. So the department says they have staffing problems, but that's a lot of taxpayer money in play. And I refuse to believe that there aren't good people out there in the city of Austin that want to be trained for $80,000 a year all in and take this job. I think this is a good job with plenty of benefits and compensation at stake.
Adam, what about police officers? Is the city giving us the whole picture when it comes to headcounts of police officers?
No. So the city budget says they budget for 1,809 officers each year. But over the course of the last 2 years, their payroll figures tell an entirely different story. For example, last year, in terms of active police officers, rank and file police officers on the street, there was only 1,500 of them. They're down 300 officers from their own headcounts. And so, look, we took a look at average officer pay, and it's a good job. $100,000 average salary, $20,000 average of additional overtime income per year. You tack on the cost of benefits. Taxpayers have created in the city of Austin, all in, the average police officer gets about $180,000 on cash compensation and benefits. That's $90 an hour. There's no excuse not to staff the position.
So you also like to look at the credit card spending. Did you find anything frivolous there?
Well, we did. We found $162,000 last year in flights alone, and much of that was for conferences. I want to specifically talk about a conference we found in Washington, D.C. in their credit card file. So for the National Police Memorial Day, they flew out 85 officers from an already understaffed department. They spent 4 days out there. They spent $30,000 on hotels. They spent $30,000 on flights. We believe they spent $30,000 to $35,000 on food. They were out there for 4 days, so taxpayers had to pick up about $200,000 in salary costs over those 4 days for those 85 officers. All in, that's $300,000 at taxpayer expense. At a certain point, you have to ask yourself, you're not staffing the 911 position. Your headcounts on police officers are down by roughly 300 versus your budget. You're spending big on travel. This is a crisis of leadership in the city of Austin.
All right, Adam, I think this is something definitely we should bring to the Austin Police Department and see what they have to say about it.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. That was Adam Andrzejewski, CEO of openthebooks.com.